Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. The Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but our roots are in first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, your drink of choice, and grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with Community Night every Wednesday. Hello again, everybody. I'm Johnny Hustler, and this is the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. Going around the horn to my, well, I guess on the screen it'd be my left, the head grumpkin, the pissiest member of the clan sometimes, and the man who leads us wherever the hell we're going. Jack, Lala Calamari, how are you?
I'm doing great. My nickname is Sunshine, by the way. I'm doing well. Got a new beer.
I was going to say, what you drinking?
I'm trying. I can't pronounce it, so I'll just hold it up here. It's from a
Gary.
Yeah, it's a from a local little microbrew from where I used to live. Some good stuff.
Show people how you have to open that damn thing. Look at this shit.
Yeah, I had a cork.
Look at that
So
shit.
I had to.
You cork sucker.
Yeah, cork sucker.
There it is, folks, how the other half lives. BMW corks in his beer.
There's some Grey Poupon somewhere around here. I don't know.
Of course.
It's probably buried
How
underneath
come we
some
don't-
stacks of money.
We don't get a GRG check yet. For some reason, he's got corks in his beer.
That's where it went.
That's yeah, exactly. You saw where the funds
My
went.
paycheck right there.
This.
To my right on the upper side portion of the screen. Back again, because I am a glutton for punishment. Jammer, how you doing? What you drinking?
I'm good. I have a Founder's Porter tonight, which I like a lot. And I'm going to be nice to you tonight because I figure Lala's going to destroy you, and I'll just sit back and enjoy the show instead.
I may not know how to handle that if you're actually nice to me.
Well, I don't want you sniping at me.
Oh,
So
yeah, so nice. So damn nice.
we'll talk about that later.
Yes. Much later.
It's great to be here. And your cat's got an itch.
Like you said, we're about 3 minutes away from being jealous of the fucker.
Yep.
Lower left. Lower left. The man so sexy, we wonder how the hell he got into gaming. Gregs, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
What you drinking?
Doing well. I am drinking some Ho tonight, some Hogard.
You drinking a hoe.
Drinking a Ho.
Before we get to the newest member of the panel, I want to say hello with a shout out to our super producer, Digital Ciphers. Didge, how the hell are you?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad. What you drinking?
I am having Sweet Baby Jesus Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter.
You really do drink that then. You weren't lying.
No, I wasn't bullshitting.
Is
I saw that at
is
the
that
craft
third
beer
show in a
store.
row?
No, I had Dogfish Head last
Well,
week.
no. I
Yeah,
mean,
different
third show in a row with the chocolate type of brew.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, Rab had one last week.
Oh,
week.
Rab did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, our
Yeah,
fact
I
checker.
had seen that beer in a craft beer store, it's like Superstore I was in, and I took a picture of it even, and Didge is like, "Oh, I drink that," and I'm like, "You do?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do it on the podcast all the time," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I pay attention to what you tell me you drink."
And this week you paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I am once again drinking the Kincaider Devil's Gap Jalapeno Ale. I'm hooked on this shit. It doesn't hurt that the store puts it on sale on a regular basis. But love that jalapeno ale. Burns just right. And now, bottom left is one of the newest members of GRG, not new to guys like me and Jammer, but newest member of the GRG and newest member on the panel goes by Darth Clem on the forum and on Xbox Live. Clem, how the hell are you, buddy?
Odor.
Do we need a moment of silence for that, or
That's enough.
That's
I
in the
won't,
agenda,
I won't
isn't
do
it?
that. And I won't say I am Groot either.
Clem, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm actually, it's homebrew. It's a Pliny the Elder clone. I call it Pliny the Clemmer.
Oh, very nice.
Creative right there.
You see what I did there, Jammer?
Yeah, I'm a little lost right now though. It takes me a couple minutes to catch up.
I'll put it in an email to you so you can
Yeah, please.
delete it.
Yes.
That's made by the same brewery, my favorite brewery, Russian River Damnation. That's my favorite beer of all time.
It's an absolute hop bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got for like $42 worth of hops in a homebrew.
Oh, jeez.
That is, oh my God, man. I've had beers that haven't been $42 total. Back when I brewed. I need to get back into that. But Clement, is good to have you on the show, buddy.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we're getting to the first segment of the show, the first official segment, getting to know you, Clem. So we put you in the spotlight.
All right.
Clem, this one's going to be the easiest question of the night, I am sure. The tag, where did you come up with Darth Clem?
Well, originally, my nickname was Clem Dog, and that's actually it's a backward masking thing. I was really hot for Sporty Spice, and would periodically pleasure myself to the wannabe video when she's wearing that sports bra. And I'd be saying God Mel C, God Mel C, and then I realized backwards it's Clem Dog. So. I had that, and that gamer tag was taken on Xbox Live. So I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. Decided I'd go with Darth Clem.
All right.
Here we go. Good.
Nice, nice.
Wearing the Star Wars shirt, geeking out, man. All right. Okay. You're a longtime gamer. What got you started in gaming?
Like probably a lot of members on GRG, I still remember the Christmas when we got our Pong system. And, the controllers were just fucking monstrous on that thing. Each controller was like the size of a Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And it had that like coaxial cable that would tether the two of them together. So I had the Atari 2600. But I think when I really, really started getting into gaming hardcore was when I got my Atari 800 with the Atari 810 5.25-inch floppy disk drive.
Yeah, I had that.
I had a friend with
that
that
opened
one.
that opened the world of the Infocom adventures to me. So like Zork and I can't even remember the names of all of them, but that, and then when I started getting some RPGs, I think it was Ultima 3 or 4, and Wasteland, which was the spiritual precursor to Fallout. And at that point, I just realized how much of my life I could actually neglect by spending all my time gaming. Pretty much then, I've owned every console or had it as an emulator up until the Xbox One.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. A detailed history. I like it. All-time favorite. What is the greatest thing you've ever played? That one game that stands out.
Totem Ball.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's gonna have to help me on
John.
this
Yeah, I
one.
haven't heard that one.
That one. This one's
What?
got me.
No,
Why would they don't know
Jammer,
Totem
you play
Ball?
Totem Ball?
I
It was
never
one of
played
those-
it because I would rather punch myself in the nuts.
Oh, it's a nut punch. It was a glorious alternative to Totem Ball. That thing was like a game that caused pain.
But you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it made me appreciate nut punches that much more. I don't know. I probably I have invested so much time, I think, in the Elder Scrolls games. Starting with number 2. I didn't play Arena, but like starting with Oblivion. Just hundreds of hours into those. So I think in terms of just time and addiction, probably the Elder Scrolls games.
Very nice. Great series. Great series, by the way. All right, let's open the floor for any questions that anybody has for Mr. Clem. Yes.
Imagine that.
Jammer.
That's a
definitely
new
has
one.
question.
First of all, I'm a little disappointed at everybody else that they don't know how awful Totem Ball was. It was that free game that came with the Xbox Live Cam
Yeah.
on the 360 that was impossible to play.
I'll see. I never had the cam.
Yeah, neither did
No,
I.
I never
Oh.
had him either.
Then
I
you
know,
missed out on a
like-
lot of naked Uno nights with Jammer.
Yeah, Naked Uno's. Well, yeah, it was a nice night then. All right, so
I've never
anyway,
seen someone intentionally lose that much.
I'm like, I would get a wild card and I would call out a color I didn't have. All right, I got my questions now. So, you're a big Star Wars fan. You got the posters on the wall and everything behind you there. Do you just count 4, 5, 6, or is 1, 2, 3 considered real movies, or what's your take on that?
I went back, but prepping myself for 7, decided I'd watch 1 through 6 in order, and there's just nothing good to say about 1 through 3. I mean, they're just dog shit.
Now, did you watch them in numerical order or release order? Because I think they need to be watched in release order versus numerical order.
I agree.
So prepping for 7, I watched them in numerical order. When my son was born, very first day home from the hospital, I set him down on the couch right next to me and put on episode 4. And his first 3 days home as a newborn were spent watching or hearing the Star Wars trilogy.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it seems like the kids seem to like 1 through 3 an awful lot, because I think that's just they came out at the right time for them, just like the original trilogy came out at the right time for us. That's too bad, because the movies suck, really.
Yep.
Yeah, I always hear the theory that you should watch 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, and throw 1 in the trash.
That's a popular. That is a very popular method.
4, 5, 6, and that's it. Call it a day.
I'm cool
And
with
nobody
that.
listens to you anyway. So I have one more question and then a comment. My other question is at what point, living in Wisconsin, with how cold it is all there, how often do you think about just offing yourself and not dealing with the cold anymore?
Well, first of all, we don't tend to off ourselves. We either resort to cannibalism or, getting a Netflix documentary made about us.
So I've seen some of your pictures of food on the site. So if you were to butcher up Johnny, how would you serve him?
Hey, I'm not done my segment, damn it.
I think he's got some good bacon material on him. We'd have to cure it, cold smoke it.
He's corn fed, so
Mm-hmm. Instead of grass-fed beef, he's corn-fed beef. No, my only other thing, and it's not even a question, is I want everybody to know my favorite Clem moment ever is gaming with his son with us in a shooter.
I know where this is going.
And he starts bitching about how bad the lag is, because he's sucking. And his son gets
I'm the
on
one
and
bitching.
says,
I'm the one
yeah,
bitching.
yeah. Clem is bitching that the lag's just awful. And his son chimes in and goes, "We're not getting any lag, Dad." And he's like, "Shut up, Domo." And that was it.
Fucking selling out the old man.
Domo's great. We like Domo. Those of us who gamed with him, we like him because he will sell out his old man in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's why he games with us. Yeah.
By the way, as far as the bacon comment, I have never been flattered and offended at the same time in my life. So thank you, and damn it.
I have 2 quick questions. I
Yes,
see the Ramon shirt. Which is your favorite Ramon song?
Oh, Sheila was a punk rocker.
And if you had to pick your most favorite clan leader, site leader, community leader, why would it be me?
Grex.
Boy. Just because you smile so seldom that when you do, it really, really makes me feel good.
Oh, that's not him smiling.
No.
That's just him thinking of the next thing he's going to yell at us about.
Next pair of headphones I'm buying.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was thinking about that 84th pair of headphones he's about to own.
It's good to have backups.
Backups. Jesus. Cubs Farm System's that thick with backups. All right. All right. Anybody else? Have we cleared the floor?
I think we have.
All right. Clem, thank you so much for dealing with all the questions and being on the show tonight. And welcome to GRG.
I was
As a
bracing
old friend.
myself for something a lot more difficult.
Come to a
nothing
staff
being
meeting.
gentle.
Come to a staff meeting.
Oh,
Nothing's more difficult than when you have to put up with Discord chat. And for the record, as a reminder, as a semi segue, we have officially moved to Discord. One more reminder: if you have not jumped in there yet, see what all the fuss is about and why people leave in droves. Discord is now the official chat provider for Grim Reaper Gamers.
I think it's
And
'cause the
Clem's
recording
new to, yeah.
behave better.
See, Clem didn't see the Slack side, but he's come to Discord and he sees the craziness that goes on during the day.
Well, I think
In there.
Slack worked pretty well for us, but when we moved to Discord, we have the option with the voice for the PC gamers, and so it was a no-brainer to make the move.
Yeah, it's a great client. It's a lot better because it's geared towards gaming. Slack's good, but this offers gaming specific features that have been really nice, especially for those of us playing on the Arc server.
Yeah, I know people are missing the Slack bot, but we'll find a way to get to say titties on there.
Yeah, we
Shame
don't.
and
It
ding.
doesn't. We got to figure something out there.
I still have issue with the AFK voice channel, though.
It's quiet in there, isn't it?
Very
The
peaceful.
AFK one, yeah.
You could join me in there if you want to. I like it in
Yeah.
there.
Last time I went in there, I came out with my ass hurting.
You knew it was coming before it happened. All right.
Check your
Grex
chat.
has- Grex does have
It's too
something.
late.
Yes,
it's
thank
too
you.
late. Moments passed.
Moments pass. Come on.
Keep going. Just keep it going.
Move on.
Bad host.
Sorry.
Trying to promote you
Sorry,
again.
my bad. Looking at the agenda. Got away from the little chat window thing for us. So over at grimreapergamers.com, you will see the event calendar. We do have some regular events going on. We have some games that everybody's getting into. Overwatch being the new shiny penny. Grex, you've been playing some Diablo with a handful of people, along with that black. What is that? Black
Black
Was
Black
that-
Desert Online.
Black Desert Online. Thank you very much.
AFK MMO.
Oh, it's a Korean MMO, so
So it is.
you gotta
an
be
AFK.
you gotta be MLG grinder. So.
Yeah, no shit.
Is that all you're
Arc-
doing in there, Grex? I'm sorry,
What's up?
John.
Go
Are you
ahead.
basically just grinding in there?
No, it's an MMO. The combat is actually pretty fun in the game. The only thing is you got to rank up pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it takes forever to do it. So that's where the grinding comes in. There isn't like 10 million different gear sets or all this other crazy stuff. It's more like there's a good 5 or 6 gear sets for the class, and then you grind the hell out of them and rank them up. But that takes a long time. Plus, there's some huge RNG stuff going on in the game as well. That can get pretty nasty.
And you've already
Otherwise-
put in way too many hours.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, you can leave the game AFK and have so nothing happens if you log out. So you can have workers gathering mats for you, but they won't gather if you're not logged in. So and it takes several hours for them to do their job. So you basically have to leave it logged in so the workers can gather the mats so you can make crap. Like armor and stuff like that. So and then you can do fishing, so you can earn money and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff just takes a lot of time, and you don't want to just be sitting there fishing for 5 hours and spend all your gaming time. So instead you leave it AFK, and then when you come in you can do your missions and stuff like that.
Cool. I mean, it seems like you're enjoying it. So
Yeah, I'm completely addicted. I'm addicted.
it was pretty cool when I was in there, but my frame rate just sucks. So I haven't gone in there much.
Oh, the game is beautiful. If you have a good machine to run it, the game is beautiful. I mean, just take a look at some of the screenshots and stuff like that we posted in the forums. I mean, it's really nice.
Plus, you're a sexy chick in it.
Well, it's given.
Also, a lot of guys are still playing Battlefield 4. That's seen a real resurgence ever since the Battlefield 1 teaser came out. And, of course, Mondays are Halo 5 nights. Grex is usually hosting. And got a little Halo news coming up a little bit later on the show. So, on to community and gaming news. The GRG PGA Tour kicked off last Saturday. Some did really well. Guys like me did not. Digital, you're running the tournament. What does the leaderboard look like so far?
El Great One is in first. He's won both rounds so far. So
He even beat Tex on the second one?
they tied, so they both got points for it. But he's won both rounds, so he's in first.
Okay.
Yep.
They did tie because that's an incredible score on that second course.
Yeah. I was surprised.
We won't talk about what my scores were.
I was going to ask, John, how are you doing on that?
Oh, how was I doing? I did shitty on the Battlefield course.
So you're just like a sniper? Like looking for the hole?
Here we go again. Jesus.
I told you his right trigger is broken on the controller.
Do you need the right trigger in the golf game?
He needs a new controller and somebody behind the controller.
My God. All the shit I do, and you guys just mock me.
All the shit you do.
He's raising his hand. He's raising his hand.
Hey, we got a question over here, Clem.
So, only mildly off topic because it's still golf. What is that new golf game that's coming out from the guys that created Burnout? It's like Destruction Golf or Demolition Golf. Have you seen the trailers for that where you're like knocking golf balls around like houses and stuff like that and just breaking shit and trying to maximize your damage?
Yeah, it sounds like
I have not, but I'm intrigued.
It's basically it's like the Burnout crash mode where you try and create as much damage as possible, but you'd hit a golf ball to do it. That's kind of my
speed. Is there
speed.
a camera shot? Is there a camera shot afterwards like Burnout did where that way I can show you my ass?
Is it dangerous golf?
Yes.
Power of Google Foo. I just I just see it right now.
I think that's coming out in a week or two.
That's interesting.
I can think of one game I'm not getting.
June 3rd.
The Division 2?
Dangerous Golf.
The Division.
I want Lala to get it. Can you hit other people in the game? Like if I want to hit Lala, can I do that? Because there would be a whole line of people buying that game if we could do that.
Be very popular.
Oh my God, that'd be the new Clan Night game right there. Speaking of Clan Night, reminder, Clan Nights are on, our community nights are on Wednesdays. Check them out at grimreapergamers.com.
I got to tell you, this week we were filled with Overwatch. We had a couple rooms going. We had a custom room going, which was an excellent time. And we played up until like, I guess 11:30 when I finally tapped out and said I had enough. But we had a full room since I think around 8 o'clock on, and it was a good time.
It was a fun game.
That's a great game. Well, we'll get into it later, but that's a great game for Clan Night. So
it is a good clan game. Community. We're
Community Night.
Community Night. I've done it too. Okay. Here, the most divisive topic possibly, or one of the most divisive games we've had of late. The Division released patch 1.2. Clem, you probably have the most current experience with the Division out of all of us. A lot of us have gone elsewhere. You're still carrying that torch, man.
It's a bad relationship I'm in. You know, she's beautiful, but she mistreats me. She lies to me. She cheats on me. She makes me look bad in front of my friends, but I just can't give her up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that game has just been. So what do you think of 1.2?
I've kind of got mixed feelings. I think it's a step in the right direction. The problem is it's only a step, and it feels like it's a step behind. You know, it's like they put out this game without thinking about what anybody's going to do once they hit level 30. And, you know, what happened is most people ventured into the dark zone and got seal clubbed by, you know, people that had been cheating the incursion and gearing up ridiculously high. And there wasn't much to do that a loot grinding MMO light should have. I think about, you know, like Diablo 2 especially. I mean, I played that for years because it was like a slot machine. You just kept pulling the handle because there was a promise of a payout, and every now and then you'd get something great. Hasn't been that way with the Division. And, you know, 1.2 makes it better, but again, it feels like they're trying desperately to put in material that should have been there, you know, a month or 2 months ago.
Oh,
yes, Jammer.
He's having a fit. Epileptic seizure.
Is it well, since Clem's the one still playing it, is it too late though? I mean, most of us have moved on from it.
You know, I had moved on from Diablo 3, early on because I felt that that wasn't worth the loot grind. And then Loot 2.0 came out, and it seemed like it drew people back. Diablo 2 back in the day, I don't know how many times they patched that, continuing to tweak it. But I think where the Division might be too late now is there's so much other good stuff out there competing for our attention. I don't think we have the patience anymore. I've done everything I can to fight buying Overwatch, and I'm suspecting that you guys are going to convince me tonight to buy it. So if that happens, I might be done with Division.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Division that lost me early on. The beta, I loved the beta. I thought it was great. I was like, I cannot wait to play the full game. Unfortunately, the experience you had in the beta was the experience you had throughout the full game. It never expanded or grew past that. One of my fears was always the repetitiveness of the enemies. I thought they would always, the combat was just going to be the same over and over, and it never, ever changed. Then you get into like the Dark Zone nonsense or the end game or lack of end game. It sucks because it's the first game I bought digitally, and I bought the DLC with it.
Same.
And I'm done. I doubt that game could ever pull me back. This patch isn't going to do it. Maybe the next DLC might interest me, but they got to offer something other than what they have now.
You make a good point on the enemies. I mean, although there's these different factions, realistically, there's 4 enemies in the game.
Yeah.
There's the Chargers, the Snipers, the Grenadiers, and the standard DPS guys. And then the bosses, I don't really see anything that distinguishes one boss from the other in terms of how they fight you, their tactics, anything.
Yeah, it's just
bullet sponges that chase you down.
Yes, sir,
One's
Jammer.
doing the Vogue. What's that, Madonna Vogue?
Well, and not only the enemies repetitive, but once you hit 30, but minus the Dark Zone, you're doing the same damn missions over and over and over that you've already done. And it got to the point I'm like, why the hell am I doing this again? I've already beat these missions to beat the game. Why would I do these again? So it's not just the enemies, it's the missions too.
What 1.2 adds is this new high value target mode. So you can go to each of the safe houses and you collect some missions that are all essentially the same. It's go to some area, clear out the bad guys, and you earn this currency called, I think, Intel or Intel credits. You take that back to the base of operations, and then you can essentially buy a bounty on a boss, which will give you potentially gear or a bunch of Phoenix credits. I think it was cool, and I think it can stay cool for a week or two. But then it becomes like the rest of the end game. It's more of the same. So I think the challenge for Massive is can they kick out updates fast enough to keep people entertained, or are we just going to keep burning through them and find them repetitive very quickly?
But when you have the boss that you're buying the bounty on, it's the same bosses that you've already fought before. It's not new created bosses, newly created.
I never pay attention to their names. So, because to me they're all kind of interchangeable anyway.
I think that's what the issue is with these games, these MMO lights, as I call them, is they want to be a full-size MMO, but they just don't have that. They're just way smaller, and they don't offer enough. So after about a month or so, there's really not much for you to do, and you just move on. I think a lot of people did with Division real quick. It was just kept doing the same thing over and over, and that's a shame. I think. I look on the Xbox side, and I don't see anybody on my friends list playing this anymore. I think maybe like 1 or 2 people still will venture in.
Clem's on your friends list.
Well, and from what I've heard, it's even worse on the PC. Because I think you can go out and track like Steam stats, and they're down like 90% from the first month. I mean,
Steam had real time. Yeah. Yeah,
they had all the hackers and shit. So yeah, that's really chased away the PC crowd. That has, it's unfortunate, man, because there was such high hopes for that game. We all had it. It wasn't just Jack. We were all dying for that damn game after the beta.
And
I'm wondering
what scares me is it makes me worried about the Ghost Recon game, because that looks great too, but I kind of feel like I need to temper my enthusiasm based on both Rainbow Six Siege, which I thought was really like a game mode rather than a game, and then The Division.
I'm
and
just
we will
wondering,
discuss that
Johnny,
a little bit. Yeah.
Johnny. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jammer, by the way. I'm on the show.
Are you an alcoholic?
No, not yet. Soon.
He doesn't go to meetings.
Keep me gaming
That's
with GRG. Keep me dealing with staff meetings. I will be soon. Anyway, I'm just wondering how many more times Lala is going to use MMO Lite before Webster's finally picks it up and makes it like, a term in the dictionary, because I think that's where he's going.
I told you in
over-under is
chat,
September.
I'm trademarking that term.
Well, it's accurate. It is accurate. About the most accurate way to come up with it, with this hybrid MMO shooter type genre that seems to be coming out.
The game was great. We got to move on, but the game was great. It looked beautiful. I had a ton of fun playing it. I played the crap out of the game the first couple of weeks. And then I got to end game and I'm like, why am I still doing this? And moved on. I mean, I still got my money's worth out of it, I feel, but I wish there had been more.
Yeah. Back to another shooter topic. Released last week was a little bit of information from Microsoft and 343 about Halo 5. The upcoming news that Halo 5 Forge is coming out on PC coming soon, probably sometime this fall. So looks like you're going to be able to build your Forge maps on the PC, which I think is going to be a whole lot more convenient myself. Jack, Grex, you guys are the big Halo guys here of late. What do you guys think about the addition of Forge on PC?
Yeah, well, one thing that they also didn't really bold out, but was in there, was that even if you didn't have Halo, if you built a map within Forge on Windows 10, you can invite friends to play and test out your map.
Called Skype. So we had a major crash. So we were talking about Halo Forge. Grex, I think about a third of the way into what you were saying, audio cut out, and then the whole thing went to hell.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you were talking about the ability to play if you didn't have Halo.
Yeah, they had a note in there in the announcement. They were talking about that you can bring your friends in at the PC to actually play through the map, but they didn't technically have to have Halo in order to do that. That's what it sounded like for me, which was, I thought, just huge, because that means you could just make custom games, play those custom games, and not have to worry about the person actually ever owning the game. I don't know if that's just for PC or if that works on Xbox or not. I do know that if you create the Forge map on PC, you can play it on PC and or Xbox, which is pretty sweet. And I know from a map edit perspective, that's got to be super huge to be able to edit maps on the PC. It's got to be so much easier to do with a keyboard and mouse than an Xbox controller. That's for sure.
I agree. Jack, I think you were going to bring something up too when Grex dropped out.
Yeah, I think if this is made by Microsoft, it'll crash and burn in the middle of your map creation. No, I think this is going to be pretty neat. I think Halo 5 with Forge, it's been amazing. I've seen people create maps from early version of Halo, like exact replicas, to these crazy-ass things they're creating. There's one map that's a frying pan game where you fly around as a spatula and you flip people as eggs and you try to get them out of a frying pan. So, I mean, this is pretty exciting for them to have the ability to do this while they're on a PC. It's going to be a lot easier for them to move stuff around, maybe put shapes in the proper place. Also, I think they were talking about the increased resolution. They're going to support resolution up to 4K. So I think they'll be able to see the map a little bit better as they're creating it. And finally, I think this is kind of interesting that they're putting Halo on the PC. They're kind of trying to. It seems like Microsoft's trying to blend PC gaming and Xbox gaming into one seamless platform. So it's whether or not a console plays versus a PC, that may not happen, but if they create a game like Halo, or a game comes out for the Xbox for Halo, it's also going to be able to run on Windows 10 on that platform. So I think they're trying to blend those two platforms together.
Yeah. Before we go to Grex, interesting you mentioned how you think that they're going to kind of blend the platforms. That's, we have the E3 extravaganza coming up on the 9th in 2 weeks. That's kind of going where my predictions is. I think we're going to see Xbox become an ecosystem. So I'll explain. Well, I'm giving a teaser. So I'm trying to give a teaser, get people to watch in 2 weeks.
They're not going to watch. Skype won't work.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. They might hear something sounding like us. Okay, Grex, you had another point to make.
Yeah, I just had another thing. One of the great community night we had was when we were doing some customs and going back to that whole dangerous golf conversation of Peg and Lala with golf balls. We were doing a duck hunt-esque Halo game. It was a custom game where one guy sits up on a perch with a sniper, and the other guys have to run through an obstacle course and get to the other side before the sniper picks them off. So I can just figure 5 of us with snipers and Lala running through the golf course,
Is Johnny
C4?
one of the snipers?
He's not a sniper.
God
If
damn.
Johnny's one of the snipers, there's only 4.
He's not a sniper.
Thank you, Grex, for setting that up. That was great.
By the way, when I was the sniper on that map, nobody made it to the end. Just saying. That's a true story.
Okay, getting to something Clem alluded to a little bit earlier on. The Ghost Recon Wildlands trailer came out today. Intriguing game, but it's back to Ubisoft after the Division. Let's go around the horn here. And Jammer, have you seen this yet? You've seen this, haven't you?
I'm. It's almost just I don't want to fall into the trap again. I've watched Division stuff happen with images and everything for the past couple of years and got all excited about it, and then 3 weeks later I didn't play the game. Ubisoft. I don't want to get too excited because I just think I'm gonna get screwed in the end without the KY.
Obviously, the trailer, the teaser looks great. I mean, that's what they're designed to do, but it's single players, co-op. It's 2 things I'm not interested in, so it's a pass.
All right, Grex, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm leaning the same way. Trailers are pretty, but they're not gonna make a decision for me. The game looks great, and there's a lot of promise there. But I see the same thing happening like what we did with the Division. I need to see, the full what they plan to do on gameplay and how it's gonna run to make it make a decision.
All right, Clem.
Just too iffy.
Yeah, unlike Lala, I'm a huge fan of co-op, team-based, objective type stuff. I preferred the first trailer, where it talked about showed how every mission could be attacked a number of different ways. But ultimately, the rest of the group here, I'm gun shy now with Ubisoft.
I agree with you. Ubisoft, let's face it, they've lost a lot of capital with this group. With how the Division has shaken out, and especially Clem, who still is trying like hell to get something out of that game. It's really damaged us as far as what we think of Ubisoft. And for me, this will be the fourth. This will be the fourth of the next gen games, kind of completing that quadrilla that they had promised us: the Ghost Recon, the Rainbow Six, Division, and Watch Dogs. And right now, for me, they're at best 1 for 3. I did like Siege. It was good. It wasn't great.
Not a long-term game, though.
See, I think everybody's been unfair to Ubisoft. I think by dismissing this because Division was bad. I think Division's a different game entirely. If you like these kind of games, these single player, these co-op type of games, It's worth checking this out. I wouldn't just dismiss it just because of division. I think that's
I wouldn't say I'm dismissing.
being
I'd say
spiteful or whatever.
I'm very wait and see right now because outside, I think Rainbow Six was the only one I didn't feel was rushed. I felt Watch Dogs was pushed out the door way too soon, incomplete, and Division suffers from the same issues. It's just it's not. It didn't feel like the full potential that they had teased and shown in their demos. So I think it's more wait and see. It's not necessarily I'm going to dismiss it outright because I love the Ghost Recon series. But in fact, Grawl 1 and 2 were two of my early staples as far as multiplayer gaming. But I just feel like I got to see how this shakes out, maybe give this a week or so before I even consider buying it.
Well,
So.
I have something to say, but I'm not allowed to because we should move on.
Oh, come on. You got something to say. Say it.
I don't know. He's censoring me. The man is holding me down.
Why
I'll make it 20-second point, Max, which is remember the Rainbow Six Patriots trailer and how cool that was.
Yeah.
Rest
Yeah,
my case.
that would have came out at the very wrong time when they were originally planning to do that, and it was just I can understand why they shut that guy down because it just had just bad press written all over it.
Well, my question with a quick answer for everybody, so we don't anger people because the tomato might explode. He might be ketchup by the end of this episode. But is if it's true raw form, that's slow, methodical. What we talk about, what we miss in current shooters, does that intrigue you more? Because that's what we miss, is a Graw type of game.
Yes.
If it's that way, will that pull you back? Clemsy,
I'd have
yes.
a great chance. I'd have a great chance. I know some with some of the group, some of the community, it probably wouldn't because it's not a full multiplayer experience. Rather, it's a co-op 4-player type co-op experience rather than a full-blown multiplayer. But for me, I'd give it a better shot if it was that Graw, slower, more methodical approach.
Lala gets no
Didn't feel
opinion.
rushed.
No, I'm not buying it.
We don't want your opinion anyway because you want to wrap it up and move on.
All right.
I gave it to you.
We're going to see more at E3. So after the E3 show, after the E3 conference, we'll probably have more thoughts on that. So a couple of things kind of wrapped up into one couple of points. Arc finally released the center as an official map. The mod, the center map, a really popular map, has become an official map. They bought it. The guy is still working on it under wildcard supervision. Really good translation over. Didge, what do you think of that as far as bringing it over? And now it's on Xbox.
Yeah, it's a great map. I even read some new news about it today. They're adding caverns and stuff, so it's great.
And now to the con of all of this, the patch that came out, the patch from hell that came out last week, that was it wiped out every dedicated Xbox server. The PC was not affected, but the server, the 230 or 735 patch, I believe it was, 0.735 for Xbox, killed off every dedicated server. Unbelievable. Should have been caught. Digital.
Oh, it sucked. I mean, I lost. I probably put in 9 hours of work the day before we lost everything, so it sucked.
It was horrible. I mean, and this should have been prevented. I mean, if somebody would have just simply put the patch on a dedicated server and seen, all my shit's gone, should have been seen. Jammer.
I danced so much I hit my mic and it spun around even. Now, I understand you guys put a ton of hours into the game and the anger level of that. But, on the other side, it is a preview level game. So part of being the preview is the understanding that crap can go wrong.
That's why
So
I'm still
can you
playing.
fully be upset with them?
That's why I'm still playing, because it's a preview and I expect it. I mean,
It is it is a preview, but I want to talk to you in the terms of a troubleshooter, as someone who does this. All they had to do was put the damn thing on a single Xbox, turn it on, and realize all their shit was gone. But any 20-year-old kid could have seen that.
That can happen. That's why you bought it as a preview program.
It is true. It is true that can happen. It is true. It's part of the preview program, but it is also first rule of troubleshooting 101. Fire it up on the target system.
You have that shit happen in every game.
Well, it's
Overwatch, the first Overwatch, the first day you couldn't get into Xbox parties. You couldn't invite people to a party. I mean, how do you have a team-based game? It's online only. How do you screw something like that up?
See, that angers me more because it's not a preview.
And that is true. And that's probably why we're still playing that, where if this happened 2 weeks in or 3 weeks in on Overwatch, we'd probably all say...
Then you have a right. Yeah. I mean, your place is a crack house anyway, so...
Still have a bit of a right because, like I said, this is base troubleshooting. They didn't even fire it up on an Xbox.
I actually
sent that sucker out.
I think that it was the township. There was a blight ordinance against your location because it looked like blight. So that's why they had to reset everything because, you don't take care of your place.
I don't take care of I'm on that damn game all the time.
Not sniping.
Don't need to snipe.
All right, moving on before he gets even angry. He's ready to blow up.
Trank the fucking Nino. I don't have to snipe shit.
You have to trank Lala by the end of this episode.
All right, so now we can go back to Overwatch. The big shiny penny that came out Tuesday night, popular at the very least on the Xbox side, and I would suggest anybody gets this, but at the risk of spoiling everything. But Overwatch has finally come out. Let's go around the horn, Jack.
Oh, loving this game. I'm having a blast. Last night, community night, like I said, we had 20 plus people playing. We had a custom room going, a public room going. It's a great game. I like the fact that anybody can hop in, whether they're casual or a hardcore gamer, and you're at the same level. So you sign in, you don't play every day. Your Bastion is the same level as somebody who puts 100 hours in. So, and the game really rewards teamwork. You need to have team composition. You need to work together. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So, I'm having a great time with it. It's been a lot of fun. It's refreshing. It's a lot different, and it's not a modern shooter. So, that's always a plus. I think we're burned out on modern shooters at this point.
Jammer.
Well, kind of what Lala said is all the other games, everybody, Call of Duty long ago got rid of the, the need of private because you had to rank up to gain stuff. And what's great about this one is that besides the loot boxes, which is really just Barbie dress-up stuff, there's no reason as of now to rank up. So that's why us playing a private match last night, there was no bitching about people wanting to go to a public match because there's no need to. So it can make it a lot more fun that way. And the only advantage of somebody who puts in 100 hours, maybe to somebody like Johnny, who can't figure out how to work a sniper, is they know their characters a little bit better. But you just hit left on the D-pad and it tells you exactly what the buttons do and what it does for each person.
Hold on there. You can see what the character does by hitting left on the D-pad.
He's not a sniper though. But I'm happy with it, and the reviews have been phenomenal for it as well. So I think it's going to be a great community night game for us. There's even that spectator. I'd just be in the spectator mode just so I can make fun of all you assholes, and I'd be happy with that. So it's worth it to me just for that.
Grex, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same. It's a fun game. Leveling doesn't mean anything in the game, which is great. So whether you're playing 1 hour or 20 doesn't matter. So yeah, it's all Barbie dress up. So, but I ain't playing in custom games with you guys. I want my Barbie dress up. I need my bling.
Of course. The sexy one needs his bling. I will say I want to get to Clem because he does have some My kid's being an ass. Clem has some questions. I want to kind of open up to him because he, as someone who doesn't have it yet, he wants to ask us a few things. But
there's your answer.
The thing I saw from a couple different people, Notch from Mojang originally. One of them was the comparison, almost calling it Team Fortress 3, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's just an absolute blast. I really enjoy it, and yes, I had trouble sniping. We've worn the piss out of that joke.
Trouble?
No, you didn't have trouble sniping. You didn't know you were a sniper.
Well, I didn't know I was a sniper.
I'm not a sniper.
The only sniper class in the game.
First night I was playing it, I'm getting familiar with the classes. Get off me. Clem, you got some questions on this.
Yeah, just a couple. And really what I'm doing is I'm trying to open the door for you to convince me to, download this right after the podcast. So Lala in the forums, I had said this kind of looks like Unreal Tournament and Team Fortress had a baby. And you said, yeah, pretty much. So, in terms of speed, what is it like? Is it just crazy run and gun like Unreal Tournament, or is it a little bit more thoughtfully paced?
It's a slower pace. It's not an Unreal Tournament type of pace. It's not fast. I think there's a few characters that are fast, but they have very low hit points or health or whatever. And they don't do as much damage. Like you consider, like the scout from Team Fortress is like what Tracer is. Tracer, the ninja guy, Genji, I think his name is. They can kind of like get around the map real fast. But most of the characters run at a normal speed, and then you get the big tanks that are obviously much slower.
Everybody has a strength and a weakness.
Yeah, the gameplay is not as fast and furious as Unreal. It's not even anywhere near that.
And then you talked about, the co-op and teamwork. Are there any things that you can do where two characters can combine their abilities? Where, I'm thinking like, what was that Marvel Universe or
there's no combo
Ultimate or something like that?
There's no like combo moves between characters.
Like no big guy can pick up some little chick and throw her, and then she's up in the air and shoot some shit or.
No, I mean you have stuff where you have like healers going around helping people. They'll go increase damage. Like Mercy, you can heal people, or she can also give you a damage boost, and so you have stuff like that. But as far as like actual combo moves, team players now.
Okay. Well, what I do like is what all of you have said, that kind of you just a casual player can jump in just as easily as an expert. Do you think that's going to be sort of the long-term thing, or that dedicated players will eventually really start kicking everybody's asses?
Yeah, what they're gonna do is they're gonna start coming out with competitive ranked games. So you're gonna see a different playlist for competitive ranked, and then those will have some set rules. And I think a lot of those people will gravitate towards that, and then they'll just be the regular open lobbies for the casual players.
Is there any reason everyone in the world shouldn't own this game?
Look at the Metacritic score alone.
I mean, what else are you going to play during the summer? So if it lasts until the fall, until the fall games hit, you have 2-3 months of game time. Even if we play it one night a week, even if it was just community night and we did customs, it's worth it.
Sold.
And then the Blizzard name. I mean, when has Blizzard ever steered you wrong?
I mean, you're getting DLC. They're going to add extra DLC, extra characters. So that's all included. So $60 gets it up front. I mean, the game does have some issues. There's some things I want to see changed. Now, obviously, I'm a menu idiot, so I get lost in game menus. I can't do anything. This one, it's very hard to see like the stuff you're selecting. And I just really think I said that during the beta, and they never updated. I don't know why Blizzard didn't listen to me, but they should.
I think Johnny has a question.
I think that's hard to
find. I'm trying to keep my cat from photobombing me like my kid did.
And my other issue was I really think that they need to limit the amount of heroes on a team, like the same hero. Last night we ran into a team with 4 whatever his name is. So you walk out, you're facing 4 AI controlled turrets right away, and I think it should be just one character per team.
Get good.
I think that's going to be the tournament, the higher level play will be locked down like that.
Yeah, I
Final
think
question.
competitive, you're going to have one hero only allowed to select. Like you can have 4 tanks, but they're going to be the 4 different tanks. You're not going to have all the same tank.
Yeah, they
Usually
can't be-
games like this have that, like Smite. I think Battleborn does it this way. So it's kind of odd that they don't limit it. They kind of do whatever you want.
So, last question. Pretty easy to set up parties and teams. And well, actually, I lied. 2 questions. And can you fill out empty slots with bots?
That
For
son of a
customs-
bitch lying to
Yeah, for
us.
customs you can. So
Okay.
customs you can add, you can remove, you can put people in, bots in. You can assign bot difficulty, and you can choose the bots, which ones you want to put in. So like last night, I kind of fucked the other team over because they were pissing me off by winning. So I gave them an easy mode, shitty guy. So,
With teams, what the good thing we learned last night with teams when we were in a private match is that after every 2 rounds, it kind of resets itself. And when it did that, it actually changed our teams around.
which
So
was nice.
it did it on its own. So we weren't stuck with on the same teams all the time. So after every 2 rounds, it would mix your teams up for you automatically, which was
That's
great.
a big thing. That's a big thing we try to do at community night, where we try to get everybody to play with each other and get to know different people, get to play with people they don't normally play with. And that's kind of like the whole goal of community nights, just to kind of meet new people.
What? It
And-
is?
Yeah. Well, that's my
Oh.
goal. And this game does it for you automatically, which is great. So we can keep rolling through game after game, and every 2 games you're with a different squad. So, or you're a mixed up squad.
All right. Hey, thanks for the info. I'm buying it.
Yeah, no, you won't regret it, Clem. I know what you like, and from
Yeah,
playing
you
with
do.
you in the past, some of the pictures I sent you too.
Yeah.
But we've had a blast with it, and like Lala said, even if you're not playing it every night necessarily, it's a fun game to just play some matches in, and each match takes what was it 5 minutes?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
5 to
they're
10
quick.
minutes, I think, for a match.
They go
So
pretty
it's
quick.
not like a long drawn out thing or anything.
I'm going to bring up something that Clown mentioned over here in YouTube chat, watching us live. He did mention he liked the play of the game, and I really enjoy that. I know, Grex, you're going to say that it's just the most kills, but it is fun to have that, have that little added thing at the end. It's kind of something nobody else really does. So I thought it was a nice little added touch, just to add a little more fun. And I think that's what I really like about this game is that it's unabashed fun. It's just you get in there, you pick it up, and you have fun with your friends, or you have fun playing it in a group or whatever. But it's just a hell of a lot of fun, and it kind of has that fun that some shooters have kind of gotten a little too serious for.
Well, and the one thing too is that there's no leaderboards. Kill death or that doesn't matter. It's just,
I'd actually miss that a little bit.
of course you do, you egotistical prick. But there's not even a leaderboard there. So at the end, there's like, was it 4 cards that come up with people that you can vote for?
Yeah, you vote for who did the best, and that Clown just brought that up as well in chat. That you vote for who did the best. That's a neat little touch too. I mean,
Yeah. So there's not like if you're like Johnny, or kind of like me, but if you're like Johnny, and you're always
Hey.
at the bottom,
hey,
it's not there anymore.
I got one of those to vote for playing the healer.
You were alone,
So-
weren't you? It was just you.
No, I was playing with the guys.
I always
Not
vote
the
for
sniper
myself.
map.
No. I had 12 people at one, or 11 people at once say, "How the hell did Johnny get in one of those cards?"
But
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't being a
there's
sniper.
no leaderboard.
Nice.
Clem,
The other thing
Clem,
I-
you just bought it, didn't you?
Yep. Just toggled over to Xbox.com and made a digital purchase.
Thanks for paying
Nice
attention
going.
to us.
Now you're going to crash Skype as it downloads. Thank you.
Let's hear it for peer pressure, guys. We got another one.
One of the other things
And
I like
I'm trading
about
it in,
is
by
What
the
else are
way.
the cool kids doing?
Yeah.
the game has like every character is viable. So like, while you may not be able to play, it doesn't meet your specific play style. Each character has a purpose and a role, and it's useful. Now, depending on the situation and the map, you may not be able to use that character. Like a Bastion's not always going to be a good character to take on an attack map. But as far as for being a defensive, hold a defensive point, he's great. So that's one of the nice features. It feels like every character is important.
Okay. Yeah, and I agree. And the thing I like is when you're getting your team together, they give you little hints. no tank or no defense, low defense or no healer or something like that. They give you little hints how to round out your team. So, let's see. Okay, Clem, you got one more question real quick, and then I got one.
I was curious. The maps. Is there a lot of variety, a lot of space to move around? Are there big maps, small maps? What should a person expect with that?
Did you play TF2?
Not really, no.
The maps are very similar to that, size-wise.
It depends on the
That's
objective.
a perfect answer, given that I've never played TF2.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends. It depends
Point
on
of reference.
there's the payload. There's the payload one, and then there's the control the points type of mode. And it also depends on who you take. If there's some heroes that you take that can go a little bit more on the vertical side than others. So it really can vary on the expansion of it, but they're not massive maps or anything because it's 6 versus 6, and it depends on what mode you're playing.
Yeah, you play that. What's the one with the center domination thing? That's a small map where it's pretty much you kind of just funnel in and get to some action right away. But the payloads will take you through a whole long, twisty car ride type of thing, and there's all different like back alleys and like rooftops to get on. So it's.
Clem says too late. You're
checkpoints. 2-3 checkpoints on those.
I think 3 or 4.
Ones?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah, at least three.
Clown says, Clem in chat, that it's too late. You already bought it, so stop asking questions.
Yeah, I know. I should just say, I'll know the answers tomorrow morning when I play it.
I'm stopping by GameStop tomorrow, trading mine in.
Trading it in. That was the next part of our agenda here was when we were trading it in.
Yeah. That's the circle of life for Lala. Within the week, trade it in. All right, last question for the group. Around the horn, Jack, we'll start with you. Favorite character?
Favorite character? I have 2, so I'm going to do what I want here. Roadhog. I love Roadhog. He's a badass, big, giant dude. He's got that chain. Rip him in, shoot him. It's a good time, especially with that heal. You can, if you get in a decent map where you can kind of duck in and out of, he's a great character to be. And the other one is Reaper. I like the Reaper class. You can use your Wraith mode to get behind people, or the teleport get behind people. And once you do that, you're killing. Like, you're getting a lot of kills right away. He's all about flanking and moving. But they're my 2. I pretty much have been focusing on those. I have to branch out. So,
all right, Grex.
Yeah, like the beta, I liked McCree a lot. I was playing him a lot. Now I'm not feeling him too much in the regular, and now I don't know if they've nerfed him a little bit or what, but I'm not sure it's the same. Though I do like Widowmaker and Mercy. Mercy's great for a support role. She does 0 to zip damage, but you don't want her on the front line. But she's great support-wise for heals and reviving, and her ultimate revive can come in some key hits too. So she's fun to play, even though she's pure support.
Jammer.
I'm one of the few that nobody else ever brings up that Zarya chick, the chick that's like Brienne from Game of Thrones. I seem to enjoy her because I can throw a quick shield around a teammate. I can throw a shield around myself, and she has like a short range beam, and then like a longer range grenade type launcher to her. So a lot of times in the payload one, I'll try and get on the truck and just kind of fire around and just keep launching grenades on explosion, and it seems to work well. Her ultimate, so far as like a gravity well, that hasn't been too great for me. I've gotten a couple people in it, but I seem to be going to her a lot.
Good. I'm leaning towards Mercy. I know you all are disappointed I didn't say Widowmaker. I got to learn a little more about Widowmaker. I like Mercy. Sniper. I really like Mercy. I like Zarya. Damn it, Jammer, who'd you say, Zarya or
Zarya or something?
Zanaria. Thank you. That's another one. Sorry, name got me all screwed up, but I like that one too. So I like that one as well. Clown likes Turkey Burgy. So, but it's great games. So, and Mac, no, we will not be giving up on it by the time you get it. So,
it's a great community night.
Battlefield's out. So,
yeah, I would be happy just doing like customs every night with this.
All right. Okay, let's close it out. We've got through the news and stuff. Let's talk about. We want to welcome new members to the clan. One of them is on with us tonight. Clem, thank you for being on the show. Welcome
Thank you for having
to the
me.
show. Glad to have you here in GRG. Glad to have you on the show. So, Extra Life, just a quick reminder, November 5th, we are going to be doing the 24-hour thing. A lot of us in there. So the site, grimreapergamers.com, and the forums have that information. Next show is the 9th, and that is our extravaganza E3. We are going to be doing our thing there, so join us. The Facebook page is grimreapergamers.com. Also on the forums there as well. And Jammer, what is the Twitter page?
Just real quick too, Clem has done the new member thing right. He jumped like right in and like posted all over the place and found the things that he was into and tried to gain conversation. And Clem's done it the right way, joining.
Right.
Twitter is grgamers.com. So grgamers.com, but spell out the .dot.
All right. So, everybody, thank you very much. The show, we've completed everything as planned. So, smack your peen against the subscribe button, and everybody have a good week, good gaming, and let's game on, folks. Good night, everybody.